Hello, my name is Michael Riecke. I'm an assistant professor of broadcasting and mass communication in the School of Communication, Media, and the Arts at SUNY Oswego. There'll be no video in the radio version. Primarily, I teach our broadcast journalism curriculum, Intro to Broadcast News Writing, Television News Reporting, and Television Producing and Processing. I'm one of several faculty members in broadcasting and mass communication who actually began our careers in industry. I worked for about a decade as a television news reporter, anchor, and producer. And near the end of my time working professionally as a television journalist, I started teaching part-time at a community college and quickly realized I really had a passion for watching students grow and develop as broadcasters, as television journalists, as radio journalists, as digital journalists. So it was really exciting for me to be a part of that process for them. And after some deep thinking, I decided to go back to graduate school, got my master's degree, and I eventually left the television industry full-time and went into higher education. And I joined the faculty of SUNY Oswego in 2011. I've been here ever since. I earned my undergraduate degree in broadcast journalism from Syracuse University's Newhouse School. I was really lucky. I got a job in television news even before I graduated with the ABC affiliate in Binghamton, New York. Within 9 months, I moved up to Syracuse, a larger market, and I stayed in that market longer than I anticipated. I worked in Syracuse just shy of 9 years, working my way up from a general assignment reporter to weekend anchor and eventually a weekday morning anchor, a spot I held for 2.5 years before I decided to pursue a teaching career. That's around the time I left the industry after going to graduate school, getting my master's degree. My first stop was Quinnipiac University in Connecticut, where I worked as the director of student media. I worked in an advisory role, helped the students' newspaper, television station, radio station, develop budgets, develop programming. But I missed my roots here in upstate New York, and when an opening became available at SUNY Oswego, I applied and joined the faculty in 2011. I love the courses I teach because they are so hands-on and practical. I'm teaching students skills and information they'd need to know to actually pursue work as a professional broadcast journalist. So not only are my students learning, but I'm down in the trenches with them, getting my hands dirty too, working on crafting the perfect script, working on editing the perfect video sequence, finding the perfect soundbite. I'm right there alongside working with my students, so I get to take something that professionally I'm very passionate about and help students develop themselves and better themselves as reporters and journalists and editors and photographers. Does this story have value to my audience? When I'm not teaching, I try to devote as much time as possible to practicing the craft of broadcast journalism, whether that's creating a special report for radio or working on a video project. I try to keep my foot in the door of the industry so that I can continue to learn as it develops. There were two distinct sides to that story. There were a lot of numbers. It was somewhat complicated. I think I often learn as much from my students as they learn from me. One of the great things about working so closely with students is technology is constantly changing in our industry. There's always something new, and oftentimes I'm learning side by side with my students, and I'll admit it, every once in a while they're a step ahead of me, so they have to show me how to use the newest update on Facebook or Snapchat or social media, or they found some new app that can be really helpful in gathering content for our programming. So those are things my students teach me all the time, but I'm also always amazed to hear about their own personal experiences and what they bring to the table. And really that relationship of learning and working together to build a product is mutual. Learning is happening for me as well as it's happening for them, and it really creates this really dynamic environment that's super exciting to be a part of.